everyone, Spike here, and this is Open Dragon Mouth number 9. Sorry, I know I'm a little late on this video, but a couple of things. College just started back up. I was away for a couple days for work and visiting a friend, so I'll try to catch up as much as I can. First of all, you've all probably seen my previous video. I took on the ALS Ice Bucket challenge, and thanks to Bentley and Leon for helping me out with that one. Now there was something I wanted to do. I was going to take a little thermometer just to show it really was cold, but I forgot about it, so I just had to go on from there. So I know some of you are going to ask me, is that water really cold? Yes! Yes it is! It is freaking cold! But yeah, like I said in the video, after like about 15 seconds, it's not that bad at all. So, so if you feel you're up to the challenge, I say go ahead and do it. Oh, that kind of reminds me. The other day I had actually found an article. One writer thinks that the Ice Bucket Challenge is a satanic ritual. Her evidence includes the IBC co-founder Corey Griffin's death, as to why he would risk his life. He died of a diving accident, by the way. But that is not really that doesn't really make any sense. This is more of a red herring. She points out a video with some cryptic and cultic messages. Now, this video was made by some other Christian nut job, but that is nothing new, because I've seen religious nut jobs trying to point out satanic messages by playing music backwards. And I've seen someone do a video experimenting with that, and all you'll find is either nonsense or just gibberish. That's all it is. And of course, she also points out how Oprah Winfrey did the challenge, and she used the words in the name of ALS and the Ice Bucket Challenge, basically trying to consider herself a god. Now, first of all, has the phrase "in the name of" become sacred? You don't need to refer to a religious figure to use it. Also, just how would Oprah consider herself a god? I mean, yeah, she's been considered a spiritual leader, but she's one of the biggest philanthropists in the country. One of the most selfish things you could do is to call yourself higher than anyone else, and that's what she is not. But I just bring it up just to show how hilariously screwed up people can be. If you've been to Eurofurence, Eurofurence 20, I hope you guys had a good time. I got the numbers here. We had 2,015 attendees, which I thought was an odd number, because it was extremely close to 2014 this year. But I guess it's a good lead up to next year. The charity, Stiftung Fledermaus, has raised 20,920 euros, which is, I would say roughly around 35,000 American dollars. have to look up the exchange rate on that, but I am. It's a rough guess. Another thing to point out at this year's Eurofurence that this was now some of you may know Fox Amore, our piano player who accompanies Uncle Kage at his performance, and sometimes too the Ranting Griffin. Well, Eurofurence, he has done a album debut, his live performance called "Come Find Me." So go ahead and check that out. Let's see. Now I keep going back to Guardians of the Galaxy, but they have now become the #1 movie of the year. They had taken a position from Captain America. Now, domestically, they have gotten $284.4 million. Worldwide, in total, they have gotten $557.5 million. Now, just to give you an idea, the budget for this movie was $170 million, so they pretty much tripled their money. So I'm just happy to hear about that. And speaking of, they are making it to the top 100 list on the comics again. This will be for the month of October. So go ahead and find out when that comes out. Let's see. Oh yes, Five Nights at Freddy's. If you haven't heard about this game, this is me and Fritz here taking a look at some videos with some Let's Plays. This is easily one of the scariest games we've ever seen, just because it mainly gives you this feeling of paranoia. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror game in which you play this guy who's just been hired as a security guard for this place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which is kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese. Now, you have to last from midnight to 6 a.m. During the night, the animatronic characters, there's 4 of them, they explain that they have this free roam mode just because they don't want to lock up their servos or something like that. But if they happen to find someone at night, they mistake them for an endoskeleton that's missing his fur, and they'll try to stuff you into a Freddy Fazbear suit. And they said it wouldn't be that bad if it weren't for some cross beams, some wires. So yeah, you'll be pretty much dead. So you have to keep an eye on the cameras, make sure they are not going anywhere near you. And you're also given switches to the lights right beside you and the doors. If they come close to you, you have to close those doors. So now, the next question would be, why can't you just close the doors all night? That's the problem. You have a limited amount of power. If the power goes out, you're in trouble. And the game gets harder as it progresses. And ever since then, I have been looking on FA. I've been seeing a lot of fan art of this. And of course, some Rule 34 fan pics as well. I don't know, I should call you guys disturbing or sick. But do check it out. You can find this game on Steam. Let's see, what else do we got here? Tapestries MUCK. This is an adult text-based furry role-playing environment. They have revoked its policy on against human characters. Now, the owner, Whitefire, has said, and I'm quoting from them, "Humans as characters are now allowed on Tapestries MUCK. The purpose for denying such characters in the past has long since stopped being relevant. It was originally used to discourage furry bashing and establish a furry theme of the MUCK. Now, I don't know how long that policy has been there. I've never used it. But from the sound of it, it sounds like they've had trolls, I would assume, which is nothing new. But yes, now human characters are now allowed on the Tapestries. One more thing, upcoming events. There's not really much going on right now. On September 12th to the 14th, there's 2 events going on. For Relaxation over in Columbus, Ohio, and Furry Migration over in Bloomington, Minnesota. On the 19th to the 21st, it will be Fur Jam all the way down in New South Wales, Australia. And finally, on the 25th to the 28th, it's Rain First over in Washington State. So that will pretty much do it for me for this video. This Dragon's Mouth is now closing.